Welcome back, everybody, to Mass Effect 2. This is the second to last loyalty mission stream, so we have 3 streams left. Today we're doing Miranda and Jacob's loyalty missions. Tomorrow we're doing Mordin, Grunt, and Samara's loyalty missions. And then on Thursday is the final stream of Mass Effect 2, when we do the suicide mission. So I have some things to talk about to begin with. The Destiny 2 Forsaken stream just ended about 10 minutes ago, so I will be talking about that for a little bit. So instead of jumping straight into loyalty missions, what I'll do is I'll do some scanning, some planet scanning for resources, just for the first 10 minutes or so that I can kind of get back warmed into the game, and then we'll tackle Miranda and Jacob's 2 loyalty missions. Hey Demon, how's it going? You have mixed feelings. Your feelings are mixed. Alright, let's go. Let's do some scanning while we talk about Destiny 2 Forsaken. I thought the Vidoc, the reveal of the new expansion, is really good. All the stuff they're talking about coming in the expansion has me very excited. I think the thing that, for me, excites me the most is the fact that they're changing the weapon system. For people who don't play Destiny 2, this probably isn't going to mean a lot, but the fact that you could, like, for example, have a build where you roll 3 swords, or 3 rocket launchers, or 3 shotguns, or, you know, I just really want to go back to the whole scout rifle, sniper rifle, rocket launcher build that I had in Destiny 1 for my hunter. That's kind of like my favorite way to play the game, I guess. But then I was thinking, like, imagine having like a pistol as kind of like all 3, like a hand cannon, a normal kinetic pistol, like a sidearm, and then like some sort of elemental pistol as well. It'd be crazy. You can do so many crazy builds, I think. I'm really glad they're doing that. And it gives players the flexibility to play the game and create the Guardians they want. Oh wow. Sky's here to rage about the D2 announcement, and I'm literally talking about it. So you're both sour on it, and I'm quite positive about it. Like I have negatives, which I'll get onto. I definitely have negatives, but like I was saying, my positive is definitely the changes to things like mass shader deletion, weapon system changes, random rolls coming back. But I think all of that stuff, Sky, like a lot of the stuff they're fixing, is going to be in the base game through a patch. Like you just get that stuff anyway. It's an expansion. It's definitely an expansion. And all that stuff, like if you boot up Destiny 2 in September, I think a lot of the fixes if you look at the roadmap that's included in Destiny 1, if you look at the roadmap, it says Year 2 begins with all these fixes, and all those fixes should apply through a patch. Because on the roadmap it says that, and everything else in the roadmap is through the base. If you look at things like the expansion notes, it says the expansion is new story content, new endgame content, and new weapons. So I think they'll just be locking you out of getting the new exotics, getting the new lore, getting the new armor and equipment and stuff if you don't buy into Year 2, if you don't get Forsaken. I think a lot of the fixes will apply to the base game, because it wouldn't make any sense from a gameplay point to have people playing the game one way and not the other way. I don't know if Gambit will apply to the base game, but Forsaken will be the story, the weapons, and things like that. No, I think I would compare this more to Destiny 1's The Taken King, which is going to be a beefier single-player campaign. Well, at E3 this weekend, they're going to announce and reveal what the story in this is.
Probe launched.
So I think we'll see the story and how big it is. I think it's going to be a bigger campaign than the previous 2 have been. And then, let's talk about, this is a lot of things and I'm jumping around, but the annual pass, I can see why people are pissed about this. It's doing 2 things. Well, the annual pass is not an expansion pass. So the expansion pass you got at launch of Destiny 2 was for DLC 1 and DLC 2. DLC 3 is this kind of like bigger expansion that's separate. And the annual pass is not an expansion pass. I don't think this was very well explained on the stream. I don't think Deej did a very good job explaining this. It's not like if you buy the annual pass, you'll get the next 3 DLCs, because the 3 points on the annual pass are not DLCs. They're like content drops. It's really difficult to describe unless you've played like Final Fantasy XIV and seen how that game kind of got content drops later in its life cycle for subscribers. Basically, the annual pass is a Destiny subscription service. That's how I look at it in my head. It's you're paying for a year to subscribe to exclusive new content coming to Destiny 2 that people who don't pay for the expansion pass won't have access to, but you'll still be able to play with them. That's how I look at the annual pass. And you'll be getting things like... I'm kind of... The Dreaming Lands, I can't remember what it's called now, the new raid area, I think that's going to work somewhat like the Dreadnought, where there's going to be the main raid that comes with Forsaken, but then there'll be like Dreaming Lairs, like, you know, different versions of the raid, different areas of the raid that come in those 3 different content drops in the annual pass as well. I just think that's kind of what in my head. They've already done it once, so I don't see why they wouldn't do it again, even though most of the community didn't like it. I think Bungie think it did work, and I think that their way of kind of doubling down on that is putting it into an annual pass. And then other things, I think you'll get more later game challenges and things like that for the hardcore Destiny fans, which is why in my head, like I'm saying, I'm thinking of the annual pass as a Destiny 2 subscription model. So it's interesting, because if you compare it to, say, The Taken King, what The Taken King did was they did an April, I think it was an April drop or something, where they added a bunch of content for free in Destiny 1 for all Taken King players, so all you had to do was buy the DLC in Destiny 1, and then you'd get like an update later. But I think they're going to make these more substantial, these content drops that will come in the rest of year 2. But I do see why it annoys people. They're like, well, I'm already paying for the DLC, why do I have to then pay for another pass to get all these drops? That's probably the sourest point of that entire stream. I actually think Forsaken itself sounds really cool. I'm slightly worried for Cade's life, because they said it was a revenge story. I really like the setting, like actually been having play spaces on the reef, and they said that the first place we're going to visit is this spot on the reef, this kind of these kind of asteroids. So maybe at E3 we'll reveal another area. How crazy would it be if this DLC has 2 patrol zones, like 2 new worlds for us to explore, 2 new areas? I think that's maybe me being a little bit over ambitious in what this DLC maybe is, but you know, it sounds pretty cool. No, but he's an EXO, so Cade 6 could become Cade 7. So like he could die, like this version of Cade could die. And I feel like they could do like a really sad story with Cade purely because he's the only character anyone cares about. But they won't kill him. I 100% don't think they'll kill him. But they could put him in much more severe danger than we've seen previously. I'm going to continue scanning because I want more resources. Why are you paying to fix the game you already paid for? It's a very good point. But I do, like I said, I think a lot of the fixes will be available to everyone. Now, I would put money on that I think the fixes are going to be free. They're just going to be in a patch, because on their roadmap on their website they're all listed on there. And that roadmap applies to all Destiny 2 players. Like and stuff that's come in, the changes that have happened to Destiny 2 in Curse of Osiris and in Warmind, the changes to gameplay and the small alterations they've done, that will that applied to everyone, even if you didn't have the DLC. So the upgrades and changes they made to gameplay, that applied to everyone. The other thing, I think, if you buy the Forsaken DLC, you're going to get access to a new weapon class, which is bows. I don't think people who don't have the DLC will get that, for example. Yeah, Warmind is good but short, but I'm also a huge Destiny lore nerd, and I feel like they kind of butchered a lot of the lore in Warmind. Warmind was definitely better than Curse of Osiris. Like, it felt more like a Destiny 1 expansion, which is why I enjoyed it a lot. But also, you say it's short. I played it for like 3 or 4 days, which I guess to some people is short, but I finished the story in like 2 or 3 hours. But the reason I kept going back and playing more was for the escalation protocol, and I actually quite enjoyed replaying some of the story missions as strikes, even though I hate that as a practice. Like, Bungie, stop turning your story missions into strikes. Make unique strikes. That's what was cool about Destiny 1. I kind of liked going back and playing them with other people because I'd played them solo the first time, and the strikes, especially on Heroic, are a fun challenge. Why add Burrs? What makes Night Stalker special? Nothing. Although they just announced 3 new subclasses as well, right? Which was slightly strange considering we already have one for each elemental type. There is a lot of really cool side stuff in the Warmind DLC and extra stuff, but I haven't played the raid since it was first released, like way before Curse of Osiris, which is a shame. But I might try this new raid out. But yeah, I think overall, what did I call it? Did I call it Escalation Protocol? What did I call it, Demon? Or maybe I called it the wrong thing. But I kind of enjoyed that. Kind of like, I like horde modes in games, which is why I'm quite excited for Gambit, which is kind of like a, you know, PvE thing with PvE thrown in. I think that's a really cool gameplay mechanic. And yeah, you say 2-3 days isn't great for a game when it's meant to have a long-term play, but I'll sometimes just rush through a game in one day and never ever play it again. So at least they had me for a few days. Because it's better than some games do. And I'm definitely not being a Bungie apologist. I see the things they've done wrong. I think the messaging was really muddled in that stream. I think it wasn't quite laid out well enough and explained well enough. And I think they have a lot of backtracking, a lot of explaining to do. Oh, you're saying that's all the content Warmind DLC has is Escalation Protocol. It's very true. That's like the only end game they added. But I guess that's why they're doing this annual pass thing, is to add a lot more DLC. Add a lot, well, it is DLC, but add a lot more end game content instead of people just being stuck doing the same one thing over and over and over again. I actually don't think it will be awful. I have a little bit more faith in Forsaken than I did the previous 2 DLCs, and Warmind turned out better than I thought it was going to be. But maybe my expectations are just lower. Also worth noting, a lot of the people like Pete Parsons and Luke Smith don't seem to be working on this. And I know Bungie are collaborating with High Moon on this DLC, so I wonder where the crew, or at least the higher-ups who worked on Destiny 2 are, because I know they're still at Bungie. Are they working on Destiny 3? Have they splintered off and started working on this new IP that was announced that Bungie are going to start making? Like, I don't know what's going on at Bungie. They have like 1,000 developers working on Destiny now, and I'm not even kidding with that. They have Bungie, they have High Moon, they have Vicarious Visions, and I think they have another studio or two from Activision's like developer base, all helping work on Destiny 2. So really, it should be like the coolest, like best game ever. But really, I guess at the end of the day, having 1 million people working on a game doesn't always still end up resulting in the best. Yeah, the collection page is really cool. I like that there's a lore tab. I think that's really cool. A lot of the lore nerds will be cool because we can now go out and scan things and reread stories and lore and information, and Bungie in the future can possibly do like a grimoire section of the lore tab, which would be really cool to have that in game because I think it's needed. No, well, yeah, maybe I have a slight fear that winter or fall 2019 is going to be Destiny 3. I have a slight fear that that'll be the case. But it's either going to be next year or the year after. I think we'll see another Destiny, and that will be the last Destiny, I think. I have this just inkling right now.
Probe launched.
They tried to streamline Destiny 2 too much at launch, didn't they? Like, they cut so much from what we knew from Destiny 1 because they thought, well, we'll get rid of this because it'll make the game better, and definitely didn't work in the long run. I don't hate Destiny 2. I just dislike a lot of the things in it. And I think Destiny 2 at launch was in a better position than it is now, which is a weird thing to say, but I think Curse of Osiris and Warmind being short, lackluster DLCs, even though I enjoyed Warmind, I think really brought the game down, and the mind share of Destiny 2 kind of decreased. Like, it doesn't really hold any meaning in the zeitgeist anymore. Yeah, it'll make the game better. We'll just add it later as paid DLC. That's a good point. But I feel like honestly, I feel like when they were making Destiny 2, they thought, well, this will make the game better like this, and now they're realizing, oh shit, all of our players actually wanted this stuff, and they've been complaining about it for years now, or like a year, and we should add it back in because this was dumb to take out. I feel like that's the point Bungie are at right now, and I know that's not a useful point to be at, but I genuinely do think that's where they're at. And then maybe they can move forward from this. If Destiny 3 launches with everything in it that we'll have in it at Forsaken, so if 3 launches with all the stuff we have in Forsaken and we love it, like the gameplay, the content, the way it plays and stuff, if that's all in Destiny 3 and then they build on top of that and add new things and new cool things, I think it's going to be great. But why does it take you so long to get it right? You know? We shouldn't keep giving them chances. I agree that, like, we should stop giving them money. But, you know, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 300 times. Anyway, that was 16 minutes of Destiny 2 talk. Let's go do our first loyalty mission of the day. I just did a bunch of upgrades too. We're going to go help Miranda first, which I think is over on Ilium, and then we'll go help Jacob. Yeah, that's a really good point, Sky. There's no competition for them. That is about to change in a big way. Even if you're down or not very excited about Anthem, it is going to change the way both Activision and Bungie think about Destiny going forward. Anthem is going to change the game. Either in a positive or negative way, it really is. Because I've been hearing a lot of stuff recently about how Anthem is going to shift the storytelling in a really interesting way. And I thought, you know, it's a Bioware game. They're gonna have to make cuts with story. I think we're gonna see something really unique in Anthem, and it's gonna play like a Destiny in terms of, you know, being a loot shooter, and being driven by story and dungeons and raids and things like that. But I think people are gonna be pleasantly surprised by what they see at Anthem on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday's the big reveal. Just wait and see. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch EA play on Saturday. And we've never used Samara before. Well, this is going to be fun. I mean, I know I'm being a Bioware fanboy. I'm playing a Bioware game right now. But seriously, watch EA play purely to see what they're going to do with Anthem on Saturday. It's going to be crazy. I mean, all the E3 conferences are cringe at times, but purely for the reveal of the story and the gameplay of Anthem now a year later, I think this is going to be crazy. I hate whenever they start talking about sports. Oh my god, I tune out. I usually get up and go get a beer. It's like my yearly ritual whenever I'm watching an EA press conference. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, nah. I'm just out. I just tune out. I'm like, oh, are they actually finished talking about dumb things? Cool. EA hasn't got a lot going for it this year, so they could really pull out some surprises other than Anthem as well. Oh, interesting. I couldn't afford these last time. Cool. I don't know where we're supposed to start Miranda's mission here. Speak to Lantia. Travel to Ilium. Speak to Miranda's contact in the Eternity Lounge. Okay, we're going to the bar.
I want something that says.
You saw the D2 announcement and was like, time to go bother Matt. Thanks, Sky. Yeah, I think I've come away from that stream much more positive than both of you, but still not. I think that was the greatest thing ever. I just think I still agree that, you know, it's too expensive and they're doing things that they really should have done a long time ago and should be free for everyone. But of course, it doesn't always work like that, which sucks.
So then
I think it's going to be a decisive thing, but I'm excited to see where they're going to go with the story. I'll just say that, like, you know, E3, I think it's going to be at Sony's press conference. I think E3 is going to be really exciting to see what they reveal overall in the game industry, but as well for Destiny.
Ms. Lawson, I'm glad you've made it. We've had a complication.
What happened? Is Ariana all right?
She's fine, but you listed a man named Niket as your trusted source. He contacted me, warning that your father has sent Eclipse mercenaries to make a sweep. He suggested that the Mercs might be watching for you personally. He's offered to escort Oriana's family to the terminal instead.
Okay, D8. Oh, it's an 8. We're altering the plan. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one!
What do you want to do?
My fault. Dice are gonna kick my in the ass for that
Shepard and I
tonight.
will take the car and draw their attention. Have Niket escort the family to the shuttle. Give him full access to the family's itinerary.
The dice hate it
just
when
to
I
be
don't
safe.
choose what they
Understood,
choose.
Ms. Lawson.
So the plan is for us to get shot down by Eclipse while your sister gets to safety?
Eclipse will be under orders to take my sister alive. They won't risk anything that could kill us.
I'm ready whenever you are, Miranda.
Well, we already had a bad night last night
I appreciate this.
because the
I haven't
dice
planned
decided
Eclipse.
to not make
Then
Tally
I
loyal.
on you.
The dice has made everyone except Tally loyal so far. We did Tally's loyalty mission. The dice pissed her off. She's angry with us, and she didn't become loyal. So we'll be going into the suicide mission on Thursday with at least one of our team members not loyal, which is Tally. We have finished her loyalty mission, and she is not loyal. So it's not good. I think the only way to possibly come back from that is if there's a confrontation between Tally and Legion. If you side with Tally, Legion becomes unloyal, and then she becomes loyal. I can't remember if that still happens or not, though. But we'll pick tomorrow. We already rolled for it. I'm in an empty arena for 600 people. I just thought I'd sing again, because clearly Cheltenham has been missing my singing.
Damn it! Eclipse mercenary gunships. They'll be dropping troops.
I didn't do anything to Tally. The dice decided to be mean to Tally last night.
Put us down in that cover behind them.
There's a couple of people
they really
here.
do want to take us alive.
Well, the couple of people are about to see some Mass Effect.
Hold fire! I said hold fire, damn it! I got this.
This is sciencey. This works for a science festival.
Since you're not firing yet, I trust you know who I am.
Yeah, they said you'd be in the car.
It's all about
You're the bitch who kidnapped
sci-fi.
our boss's little girl.
Kidnapped? This doesn't involve you. I suggest you take your men and go.
Think you've got it all lined up, huh? Captain Inyala's already moving in on the kid. She knows about Niket. He won't be helping you.
I'm not on the loudspeakers. Well, everyone, it's just me and you. I'm not on the loudspeakers. This is it.
You're
We're
not
going
getting Miranda's
ASMR now.
sister. If you push this, it'll go badly for you.
Captain Inyala ordered us to give you one chance to walk away. This whole time we've been talking, my men have been lining up shots. When I say the word, we unleash hell on your squad.
You're taking it off the main screen.
Nicely, unless you want things to get ugly.
Oh no.
Works for me.
Well, Miranda
Now
just
back it
became
down.
ruthless.
Tell Captain Inyala to send backup.
Taking fire! Shoot my next! Combat drone engaged!
This is going to be interesting because we've oh, that was a good shot.
Incineration ready!
We have a lot of upgrades applied to us from today and last night, so this should be very interesting. You love the dumb glowing armor. I know, right? The buffering is awful. Well, yeah, you're in Wi-Fi land, or you know, land of bad internet. Just trying to put warp ammo on everything. See you later, Sky. Have fun.
Come on, we need to get to Niket.
I don't know if the dice can make us fail any more of these loyalty missions, so. I'm not important enough for any venue. I shouldn't be on any venue's screen. Oh, I'm definitely too loud, though. Yeah, everyone should turn me down. I'm definitely too
Hang on, I've
loud.
got one of their radios. I'll patch us in, see if I can get an idea of what we're up against. Shepard, I think I owe you an explanation.
Fun chat, Demon.
Oriana
Always
is
good.
my twin, genetically. But my father grew her when I was a teenager. She was meant to replace me. I couldn't let my father do to her what he did to me. So I rescued her. She's almost a woman now.
D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to get your sister.
If Eclipse knows where Oriana is, they'll be moving in on her soon. We need to hurry.
Agreed. I'm a bit worried by what the Merc said. If they've got to Niket somehow, this is going to be harder than I'd planned. According to the specs I reviewed, we'll need to cut through the cargo processing yard to get to Oriana.
Let's go find Niket and Oriana.
Right.
Let's do this. I like how for the last 2 streams, the DICE has always decided on a full female squad.
They're on the far
We
side
haven't
of the
had
red
a
line,
male
time
squad
your
member
shots.
ever anywhere. For the last. Well, who's the last male squad member? Garrus?
Shield! Focus fire! Get ready
Maybe the
to
DICE
fire.
is sexist too, to men. No, I think it's just because most of the men on our team are aliens, and the DICE hate aliens. They're xenophobic DICE. It's not very nice. I have to go into invis.
Engaging target.
Right there! Watch the fire! Don't engage!
God, this is a crazy firefight.
Give me a target! Cover! Yeah!
Whew. That went well. Going this way. Hey, that's a swear word. She said a swear word. I've been thinking about what games I want to play next, so I figured out what I'm going to be streaming next week, and I figured out hopefully what I'll be streaming if those games end before I do Ocarina of Time. But then in my free time, I'm thinking of maybe replaying through all the Dark Souls games again.
Hostiles!
I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in like 4 years, maybe longer than that. And I'm definitely going to replay Breath of the Wild on Master Mode soon, which will be fun. I'll be recording that and putting it up on my Zelda channel, but it'll probably be a little bit more edited than my full playthrough of Breath of the Wild was. More focused on like big events, Master Mode. So still probably like 30 episodes. But I'm probably going to do that once I move, because I'll have my new setup already in the new house, and Probably better acoustics, and just, you know, it'll be just more fun to just sit and play that for a while. Once this job I'm working on at the moment is done and out of the way, which is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one.
Oh, what's this?
But yeah, this is what? Third to last? Second to last? Third to last? Stream of Mass Effect 2. I'm gonna miss it. I'm definitely gonna miss it, but I'm glad I'm ending a Bioware game right before the big reveal of Anthem. I know we had a reveal, a tease of Anthem last year, but this year's E3 is really gonna be the big Bioware Anthem reveal at Microsoft, and Microsoft's conference will probably get it as well actually, but EA Play on Saturday is gonna blow it up, I think. I think we'll see gameplay, I think we'll see story, enemies. It's going to be very exciting.
Damn it, I'm not letting her get Oriana.
I don't remember what happens in this last mission. I don't like Miranda very much. I never really paid attention to it. I will be hosting all the E3 streams on this Twitch page as well, so if anyone comes and tunes in at, you know, the usual time on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, or even Tuesday, because at 5 o'clock I'll be streaming Nintendo. And whenever there's a E3 conference, I will have it like hosted on this channel, whether it be EA, Ubisoft, Square Enix, or, you know, Ubisoft. Did I say Ubisoft? Probably. Or Bethesda, that's the other one I was picking up for third parties. Or, you know, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. I'll be streaming, or hosting all of them on here. I love E3. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And everyone's like, what about Christmas? No, E3 is cooler than Christmas. You know why? Because it's like gamer Christmas. Because we get announcements for all these cool games that we have amazing time to look forward to for the next like couple of years. I adore E3. I've been staying up and watching it for like 5 or 6 years now. We used to make more of like an event out of it, but I'm like the only one of my friends now who still does it. Kind of like gaming. I'm probably the one that plays games the most out of my friend group. A lot of my friends still play games, but most of them play like multiplayer stuff like Overwatch and things like that, while I'm very much about the single-player games like God of War, Last of Us, Zelda, things like that. So, and again, a lot of my friends have just stopped playing games altogether. They're like, oh no, I've got a child now. I'm not going to play any of these video games that was for us as teenagers. I'm not going to play. I'm like, shut up. But yeah, that's you know what happens when people get old around you and you still play games. But I think the whole thing about ages in gaming shouldn't ever come into conversation. It kind of annoys me when people do it, because there are people who stream and make YouTube videos who are in their like 50s and 60s, if not older, and there are people who stream and make videos who are not even got 2 digits to their name yet. So, you know, the world is a place filled with variety. And I think, you know, games are just one of those mediums which, like films, attracts a wide audience of different types of people and ages. Which is why I think it's cool that we have so many different types of games. We have mobile games like puzzle games. We have mobile games that are more story focused, like Monument Valley and Sword and Sorcery, things like that. And then you've got the big single player console games that also have multiplayer elements, and you've got the big single player games that don't. It's so cool. Gaming is the best. That was a huge tangent I just went on.
Maybe it means something else. Niket wouldn't do that. Damn it, why won't the thing go any faster?
Well, if you do that, you're gonna kill the elevator. Yeah, 3. So 1, 2, 3.
What makes you so sure that Niket wouldn't turn on you?
He could have turned on me when I ran away. I'm sure my father tried to buy him off. If he didn't do it then, why would he do it now?
Just a dice roll between the 3 options on the right. So 1.
You know him, Miranda. If you don't think he'd betray you, then I'm sure there's another explanation.
I don't know, damn it. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. And then I'll have a word with this captain and Yala.
This loading screen in particular, we've seen it twice now. It looked 60 FPS. It's
I'm
weird.
sorry, sir.
It was so smooth.
We're under security lockdown. Until the situation in the cargo terminal is resolved, no passengers can be rebooked.
This isn't worth my time, Niket. I get paid regardless of how the girl gets there.
No. I was told that I could handle this my way. We're not traumatizing the family any more than we... Miri.
This should be fun.
Oh, I remember this showdown, actually. Yeah, some shit can go down here. Oh!
Niket.
It's like the scene from Django Unchained when Django shoots the woman at the bottom of the house and she goes flying back so far. That's what that just reminded me of. Here we go, 50-50. The dice were nice.
How do you want to handle this, Miranda?
Why, Niket? You were my friend. You helped me get away from my father.
Yes, because you wanted to leave. That was your choice. But if I'd known that you'd stolen a baby...
I didn't steal her. I rescued her.
From a life of wealth and happiness, you weren't saving her. You were getting back at your father.
Again, 50-50 between the two right options. It's 5.
If Niket knows about Oriana, then your father does too. Relocating her won't work.
Miranda's father has no information about Oriana. I knew you had spy programs in your father's system, Miri, so I kept it private. I'm the only one who knows.
Which means that you're the only loose end. This isn't how I wanted it to end, Niket. I'm going to miss you.
Oh no. Oh.
Figuratively speaking.
I
Brutal.
was tired of talking anyway.
So was I.
Oh my god.
To the right.
Hey Dormouse, how's it going? You missed the very long conversations between Demon Sky and I. They're both AFK now. Or AFC, away from chat. Yeah. But we were talking about mostly Destiny 2, so I don't know how exciting that would be for you, but Destiny 2 just had a massive reveal event. So we talked about that for the first like 15 minutes of the stream. And I've just been talking about how, you know, the plans for the rest of the week, rest of the streams. Fun times ahead, lots of fun games upcoming. And I'm very excited for E3, for the big new announcements. I keep hoping for a Borderlands 3 announcement, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this year, as much as I want it to. Damn that Gearbox. My hamster doesn't exist, he's an imaginary friend. He doesn't exist. Hey Moira, how's it going? I forgot about this loyalty mission completely, Moira. I forgot how crazy it was.
There could be more Eclipse mercs near the shuttle. I want to make sure Oriana and her family get...
Here we go. Another loading screen, I guess.
can't believe Niket sold me out. I didn't even see it coming.
Well, you know, Miranda, shit happens.
Everyone makes mistakes. I'm guessing that's one you won't repeat.
Why did he make me kill him? He could have run. He could have lied about having the data stored somewhere. But he just stood there. The only loose end. He knew what I'd have to do.
Hmm. Okay, you need to show your boyfriend your beard. Alright, yep. I mean, that makes total sense, Stormhouse. That's not weird.
Maybe some part of him regretted what he did and he wanted to atone somehow.
You atone by fixing your mistakes, not by committing suicide.
Let's get moving.
Right. No sign of Eclipse. It looks like we're clear. There she is. She's safe. With her family. Come on, we should go.
Tickle torture. Well, the last time I saw Dormouse, she definitely did not have a beard. So unless she has drawn one on, or grown one overnight, basically, then yeah, it's not a real beard. Unless the boyfriend has a beard and Dormouse just wants to see his beard. Either way. One.
Don't you even want to say hello?
It's not about what I want, it's about what's right for her. The less she knows about me, the better. She's got a family. A life. I'll just complicate that for her.
Wow, the dice is going for the top option a lot.
She doesn't need any details, but would it really be so bad for her to know she has a sister who loves her?
I guess not.
Wow, the dice likes Miranda.
We'll wait here.
The dice are the only... Oh my god, the dice are the only players of Mass Effect, because technically they're making the decisions so they're a player, of Mass Effect 2 who likes Miranda. She doesn't look enough like Miranda, I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like Miranda, like her sister there, should have looked like a blonde Miranda or something. It should have just been, because they're like twins, right? They're like a clone of her or something. I thought it was meant to be like really similar looking. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I just expected it to look more like Miranda, I guess. He didn't care? What, he didn't care about your fake beard? Sorry, I mean totally real beard. He cooked so many noodles, I want them.
Disagreement? Can you head it off before they tear out a bulkhead?
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures.
Oh shit, things are going down. Here we go. Didn't expect this so early.
And I will smear the walls with you, bitch!
Oh no.
Enough.
No.
Stand down, both of you.
Oh
Don't
no.
admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Screw you! You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
Oh Jesus Christ. So we can lose loyalty here? Alright, Dice. Go for it. Son of a bitch.
The people I recruit are my business, Miranda. You leave Jack alone.
She can't be trusted, Shepard. She's unstable. She's jeopardizing the mission.
Jack's doing just fine. Maybe you should take a look at your own attitude.
I did get her a
My
jacket,
thoughts
yeah.
Exactly.
Are we good?
Not even remotely.
And there we go. Did we just lose loyalty with Miranda? I like the way she delivered that line, like, not even remotely. If anyone asks me, if anyone in my entire life, I hope I remember this, says to me, are we fine? I'm just gonna go, not even remotely. Just to freak them out. Yeah, we don't have loyalty with Miranda. Do you think we can get Tally's back by attempting to talk to Tally? I was kind of not going to I was gonna not talk to the crew until Thursday's stream, but I guess we'll talk to Miranda now and maybe come back and talk to her again later and just lose loyalty again. Who knows? We've still got a full loyalty mission to do today. It's going to be a slightly longer stream. Well, tomorrow's stream is 3 loyalty missions, so it will be a long stream tomorrow. And then Thursday is talking to all of the crew and the loyalty missions. So, right, let's see.
I have work to do, Commander. Go chat with your friend Jack if you want small talk.
Oh, no. Dice, you liked Miranda in that mission. Oh, my God!
Pout if you like. Or call the elusive man and complain to him.
I don't pout. And I don't have time to call the elusive man every time you screw up. I have work to do, Commander.
I'm
Go
gonna
chat with
give
your friend
me a
Jack if you
chance
want
and see
small
what
talk.
happens.
Miranda, I'd like to talk about this.
I'd rather we didn't.
Oh wow, she just said she'd rather we didn't. She won't even let me discuss this with her.
I have work to do.
And I guess yeah, because we don't have enough
the elusive man.
Paragon or Renegade options, we don't have enough to progress. That's where we're at on the Paragon and Renegade scale. And I guess it's because the dice kept making split choices. So because the dice were so neutral and kept swinging between Paragon and Renegade decisions, it split the amount of points we could get for each thing, which ended up meaning that we've got a fairly balanced Paragon Renegade outlook. So if you imagine going full Renegade, we would have had enough to almost fill all of the Renegade side right now. But because we can't. Well. And this is like a full playthrough, like I've done like everything. This just shows you what using the dice does to your playthrough. Like, I think right now, at least Miranda and Tally are going to die in the suicide mission. At least. At the very least. At the very, very least. Yeah, I'll come watch some Little Nightmares. What day is it today? It's Tuesday, right? I'll open your stream when I've finished streaming and just put it on my other side of my monitor while I play some like Pokemon while this is rendering. Right, let's go do Jacob's mission. Jacob's loyalty mission. Here we go. I haven't really done much with Jacob this entire game. The dice hasn't really ever decided for him to be on our team. We've had very few conversations with him, so this should be somewhat of an interesting mission.
MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW46102340.
I have found something.
Sweet, you're gonna play some Fallout 3. I wonder, it might be in Fallout 3, the references to Vault 76. I'm pretty excited to see if they retcon any of the information we already know about Vault 76. You know, Fallout 3 and New Vegas are both on my to-play again list pretty soon. But I was saying earlier, I think I want to replay the Dark Souls games soon, along with Breath of the Wild Master Mode. Well, let's see what the dice decide. First roll is going to be to do with who comes with Jacob. So that's 9, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is Jacob, dice. I can't take 2 of him. Roll again. So 10, 11. It's Jack. Jack is coming with. And yeah, Jacob hasn't been with us since like the beginning of the game, so Jack. I guess I'll save up for this for now. Well, there's some rumors swirling about a possible Fallout 3 remaster, which is interesting. I'd be totally down for a remaster of 3.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived.
You want them to be true so badly. Yeah, I mean, me too. I think we don't have to wait too long either. Bethesda's conference is pretty early, so...
They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Along with this anymore.
See what this
From the
VI
look of it,
says.
This beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Yeah, they'll strip... If they do a remaster, they'll strip out games for Windows Live and stuff. But aren't there mods that just strip that out anyway currently? Yeah, I imagine... Well, if it's like a special edition Skyrim style, I imagine you'll just get another game install on your Steam library, as it'll be like called like Fallout 3 Anniversary or whatever. But I do think the really cool prospect is the idea of them bringing it to Switch. I know we all love playing Fallout 3 with our mods, but I would totally go for a vanilla playthrough of Fallout 3 again on my Switch if I could like sit in bed and play it, and you know, that's it. You know, I think that would be pretty cool. But overall, I think they would have to do a lot of visual improvements to that game. Not because it looks bad to me, but I just think modern standards people would expect a better looking game than that now. Maybe they rebuild 3 in 4's engine or something, I don't know. Just, you know, tossing around some ideas. Let's roll d6 between these 3 options. 4.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship.
Oh, do you really?
My
I've
father had the beacon for almost 9 years.
I always
Maybe
play
that neural
through
decay
the
effect.
Fallout games first,
Yeah,
vanilla,
that
and then
long.
I go back
Screwed.
and do mods. Like most of my games are like 190 mods. It's kind of crazy.
Along with this anymore. We've done
There's definitely mods to make it work with like getting rid of games for Windows Live. There's definitely ways to make it work on Windows 10. I guess you've already got it working, but there's some great mods actually on for Fallout 3. Some great ones. But that's another thing. Like there's like 3 types of people who play Bethesda games. There are the people who like to make and play with mods. There are people who like to play the game vanilla over and over and over again and experience it loads of different ways. And then there are the people who like to experience it vanilla, but only play it once and then never go back to it.
Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew.
Which one's the TTW mod? I like the mods that just drop you somewhere weird. Like there's one for Skyrim, I think it's Start Anywhere or something like that.
You came
And you
from
just
the
start
sky?
somewhere randomly in the
Bioware
world.
said
I think that's
someone would come.
such a
He
cool
delayed
idea.
for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about?
Tales of Two
Not
Wastelands,
making
yes.
sense.
Yes, I do know that one.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
I really wish there was a way to randomize the choices for those left trigger, right trigger, renegade, paragon things. There's no way to flip a dice, doesn't make any sense. Flip a coin, yes or no on those in the amount of time they appear for. If I could pause the game, then yeah, but they're there to be reactionary. And I always would choose them whenever I was playing. So I guess because I've been missing out on those, I've been missing out on a lot of paragon and renegade points. Yeah, Shepard just watched her, just stared into her eyes as she got shot. Shepard didn't even care. Jacob, get out of the way. Great, thanks. Great. I'll pop your head back up again. Is that it?
That's not neural decay. They were nuts.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. Yeah, there's just no way for me to randomize those, so I just decided to never select them, which is a shame.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group.
That's a good point. By not doing them, you'd get the opposite points. That's a really good point. They should have done that. Everyone's just stood around like zombies.
No fight from these guys, but they've got the same uniform as the others who attacked us.
5.
Is this an earlier stage, or did the exile make the others violent?
Don't know. I'm getting a weird feeling about this group being all females.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Yeah, Jacob, you're cursed with his face.
You certainly seem to have a way with words.
You heard her. I have his face. My father forced the crew to eat toxic food. What the hell?
I want to change this. Oh no, both of them can have shotguns, that's fine.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Pretty weird looking thing. Oh god. I was like, are they actual live moving Loki mechs? They are.
Not much of a captain if he's got to kill his crew to keep him in line.
Well, that would make them hate him.
Please, here. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
It's such an interesting way to see like the regression of humanity in these people. This is actually a really good loyalty mission, I think. Even though I don't think Jacob's character is super interesting, I do think this loyalty mission is.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
That's crazy. Yeah, toxic food is one of my worst nightmares too. I love food.
He wasn't command material.
I don't want it to be toxic.
Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
I ate some good pasta today.
More incidents,
it was very good
harsh
pasta.
Punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets.
Ugh.
And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Gross to think that, like, the captain of a ship was like, yeah, so we'll just segment the men and the women and then, like, give the women to different officers of the ship. It's gross. What is Auflauf? I've never heard of Auflauf. Du bist eine dicke Auflauf. Doesn't make sense.
It's looking like he only activated the beacon because the men have come
Casserole.
out ready to fight.
Casserole.
And now it's biting him in the ass. 9 years. Why didn't he set it right? I need to find this man.
I hope the DICE makes the right decision in this loyalty mission. DICE, I want you to be mean. As mean as you possibly can be in this DLC. Because the people you'll be mean to, they're gonna deserve it. So the DICE is obviously gonna do the opposite of what I say, but... Just saying, DICE. Oh! Run! Run! No, we're good.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it. It's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
They're through my shield.
Yeah, the DICE are gonna fuck me. I already know it, but hopefully not. DICE, be mean. For once, I'm asking you to be mean.
He had plenty of choices. Too late to blame
Bye, mech. See you in mech heaven.
Oh!
Hostile forces have engaged.
Oh god, I'm in a bad spot. Go invis, go invis, go invis. There we go. Yeah, I thought there were mechs over there shooting me as well. Can't hit them.
Nothing can stop me.
The mechs people need him. Indeed.
Get over.
Mark.
What a shot! Right between the head and the shoulder. Didn't even get him. Sometimes you fail shooting someone so badly, it's funny, and sometimes you do it so well. You miss someone so well that it's actually cool.
Have a nice trip.
There's a lot of mechs to be facing without any cover. Whew, did it.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
Jacob really is not happy with his data. So I basically want the DICE to take Jacob's side.
Up front!
Oh, look at that. Oh, that was just beautiful. That slow-mo of his head just ripping off. Right. The missing of the sniper shots here needs to stop, man. Better than this.
On target!
Right in the stomach.
I'll destroy you.
The ragdoll physics in this game is so good. Why do I keep shooting just to the side of these mechs?
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Nothing can stop me.
What's the deal with this mech? Come on.
Taking heavy fire!
Towering weapons.
Mech down. And that's why the collector beam is the best heavy weapon in the game.
Kill so we can go home.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
I guess this is slightly easier because it's like a really early loyalty mission you can do. Jacob tells you about this like in the first few hours of the game, basically. I think Miranda's is the same, actually. You get told about it really early.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Ooh, here we go. Dice, let's do this.
Doesn't matter. You're running a very questionable setup here, Captain. Explain.
Of course. It was chaos after the crash, and the crew never really accepted me as captain. They rebelled and trapped us here. Once they started eating the toxic food, I couldn't control them. And I couldn't get to the beacon.
Just stop. We know what you did to your crew. Why let this go 10 years?
Who the hell are you?
Taylor. Lieutenant Jacob Taylor.
Jacob? My Jacob?
Doesn't even recognize his own son.
Not who you expected, Captain?
I was hoping not to have to explain this to him. Or anyone, really. You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I'd hoped to leave it at that.
Fool?
I'm not biting, Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
So far, the dice have gone with what I wanted.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
Oh, okay.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
Yeah, he is disgusting, I agree. Despicable man. Why, Dice, why didn't you do a 5 or a 6?
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Thanks, Dice. Real good, Dice. What was that achievement? Oh, reach level 30. We did it. He was a horrible, horrible person, dumbass. Basically allowed people to become brainwashed or, you know, function at a lower level. And exiled people. It's gross.
Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Yeah, exactly what Moira's saying in chat.
They get as much as a glimpse, and you're restricted to decaf.
Great, may as well serve it in the airlock, you hard ass.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Really? Because given the result, it feels like something you'd have your hands in.
You know very little about me, Shepard. Don't presume to understand my intentions. Cerberus is ultimately about humanity. My people are valuable to me.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Miranda, of course.
Was this supposed to be a favor, or did you just want to see him squirm?
What he did with it was his own business. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Oh, 50-50 between these two. I think it's worth saying it. So 2 is the bottom option on this side.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Oh, dice. Of course, the dice are back to being mean.
Let's not make a habit of it.
Why were the dice, like, nice to him at the end? Why couldn't the dice have been mean? Specifically to his father is what I'm talking about. The one time. That's expensive. Ooh, look at these. We have 2 of these now. Greatly speed up the planet scanning process. Yes, please! And heavy ship armor. The Asari-made Solaris armor upgrade is attached to the ship's superstructure. This will help the ship hold together if hit by a blast powerful enough to penetrate its shields. Yes, please! And nothing there. I want right now. Heavy ammo. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have that right now. I got both. Yeah, I got both the ship upgrades. Let's see how much faster that is. Look at the team status. So Jacob should be loyal to us now. Only loyal we've had change recently. So we'll be, if we can get Samara, Morden, and Grunt loyal, we'll have everyone except for Miranda and Tally loyal by Thursday. But as soon as anyone's loyal, I give them their alternate outfit, so. Right, let's go quickly check scanning. I think we're in a new system. You have a longer delay than normal. Yeah, it's also because Twitch doesn't give quality options all the time. If Twitch gave quality options for everyone at all times, it'd be great.
Probe launched.
So do we just get more resources or something? I don't really know what the upgrade's done.
Launching probe.
This isn't a great planet either. I've seen like no good spikes. Oh, that one's not bad.
Probe away.
Well, all partners get the quality options, but affiliates also get quality options, but it's on a first come first serve basis. So for example, if an affiliate, like if it's not a super busy time on Twitch and an affiliate starts streaming, that affiliate may get the option to have quality options on their stream. But it's not a proven thing. Like I've had it like maybe 3 times while streaming Mass Effect like 1 and 2. While obviously all partners get it. It's like if I start streaming usually like 10 minutes or so before 6 o'clock, usually Twitch isn't super busy yet, so I get I usually get quality options then. But yeah, it's not, it's like a first come first serve thing if you're an affiliate, yeah. An affiliate is obviously the stage before partner. But the leap is crazy because like affiliate, you can become affiliate with like 3 or 4 viewers, but to become partner you need like 70 regular viewers, if not more. Cool, well that worked. So tomorrow we'll be going to Tuchanka, the Krogan homeworld, and finishing the loyalty missions for Mordin and Grunt, and then Samara and her crazy kissy friend who kills people will be the final loyalty mission that we do. And with that, that has been Tuesday's Mass Effect 2 stream. It was a good one. And I'm very, very excited to see what happens on tomorrow's 3 loyalty missions tomorrow. And then we'll be talking to the whole crew again on Thursday's stream before diving into the Omega 4 relay and tackling the suicide mission. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye!